Okay, so if you don't mind, could you stretch out your left hand, please? First of all, I'm going to put this galvanic skin response sensor on you, which is just a fancy word for sweat. Actually, what the sensor does is it measures how much the resistance there is for electric current to travel on your skin. The more resistance you have, the less liquid there is, and that's how we calculate how sweaty your hands are. The second sensor is the heart rate sensor. Now, this has to sit quite tightly in order for it to detect your heart rate response. How does that feel?
Feels fine.
Brilliant, you're alive. What we do is we pair these sensors with our Sensum app so that we can measure or collate all the data that the sensors collect. Okay, perfect. You are well moisturized.
So, starting session in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. What we currently have is we have a dashboard camera which is pointing out in front of the car. And then we have a GoPro camera facing the driver, which is recording my facial response. We have a microphone recording any audio. And then we have a mobile phone that's connected to our heart rate monitor and the GSR sensor. So in terms of connectivity, yeah, there's quite a lot obviously here going on. There's a synchronization which needs to be done between the cameras, the audio, and the data. We're trying to understand how what is actually happening to a driver or a passenger as they're in a car, and so looking at kind of different ideas in terms of no music compared to maybe some music in the background or someone talking about what's happening when they're driving, different weather conditions, different roads, different times of the day. This is all a true understanding of what actually happens to a person as they are driving a car. We're trying to experiment as well, and looking at every possibility, with a passenger in the car and just the driver, and how all these different kind of conditions affect the analysis, but also the perspective of the driver as well. If they have someone else in the car, how does that affect their mood compared when they're just driving on their own? And a lot of people would listen to music quite a lot as well when they're driving, and that is how is that affecting biometrically and unconsciously to their driving, to their speed, to how they turn, if they push in front of other people. In fact, there was just a moment there where I completely forgot the cameras were on me and there was audio being recorded as well. So what initially might seem as intrusive in terms of the recording of the cameras and things, actually once you get into that automatic mode of driving, which we all do, again, these become passive in terms of your experience. One of the parts of our research and understanding in terms of driving and using sensors, because we want the highest quality of data, we were looking at our GSR sensor and measurement of getting a good clean signal, and the fact that people will be using their hands quite a lot, especially for the gear stick and for having their hands in the wheel, and looking at alternative placements of the actual sensors, and through research and through being out in the field and testing in environments, we actually found that picking up the sensors on the top side of the skin rather to the normal side of the palm side is actually a good place to capture clean quality data that can be used for the analysis. Okay, and this is drive home to the office.
Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1.